Welcome to The Perspective. We have Quade in Logan, Utah today in the studio to help film this one.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a minute. Gosh, it's good to be back on a weekly rotation with these, and hopefully everybody's getting a chance to log in and watch these as we give out leadership tips and numbers for the week as we really ramp up and crescendo into the heavy production time period of the year. We look to recap some of those stories on The Perspective. Wanted to start out talking about last week opening up for the Maloof Foundation Drive. There was one night in particular.
I love our leadership.
Yeah, our leadership group is so cool. And I set my phone down for a minute. I come back, and that whole leadership group
Yeah, I had taken a screenshot and said, "Hey guys, let's see if we can get our leadership group to donate." And then I went and put my kids to bed, and I came back, and it was just like boom, 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 boom. Every one of our leaders went and max donated. And in last week, how much did we end up donating?
Yeah, I actually haven't gotten the updated number from Brandon, but the last I heard, we were right around 25,000.
It's awesome.
So cool.
We love you guys. Yeah. Seriously, thank you.
Just as a note with that, the goal is to raise $100,000 this year. There is some awesome karma when it comes to hitting company goals and your give back goal. So we are very ambitious about that 100K. And I just think it's the coolest thing to go put 100K on a check.
We're just on track, right? Q1, immediately 25K. And the cool part is we don't even have most of our sales force in a place to go donate yet. So when you go look at Q2 and Q3, when most of our sales force is going to be operating, I think we're going to be able to smash that.
Yeah, those numbers will just get bigger and bigger. It'll be fun to see what happens with it. A quick recap of last week. Production continues to climb. Wanted to go over top offices first. Wanted to go through the top 5. We had the Bay in the number 1 spot, Absolute in number 2, Apex in number 3, the Spartans number 4, and the Tribe number 5. I wanted to give a little shout out to Zant and Preston, top 5 office in the company last week. Nice job, guys. That's really cool to see. But that whole top 5, a big congrats. And it's going to be tough to see who can chase down and compete with Absolute this week. You were just out there.
Dude, it's a big squad. And not only is it a big squad, it's a dialed squad. I mean, you go look at the systems they have in place to go get, a guy from coming in all the way through the learning curve. They have things dialed.
Yeah, it's systems and processes, right?
Yep.
Go build the foundation, make sure that those systems and processes are dialed. One of the favorite things I've ever been taught as a leader is manage systems, lead people. Right? Don't manage people and lead systems.
Yeah, I love that.
Make sure you get that in the right order. So that way, when you have scale, it really is a build it and they will come, right? You have to go build the systems and processes so that your organization can fit 10 people and then 20 and then 30 and then, 500. If it's built right and that foundation is there, there's really no limit to your scale.
Yeah, I love that.
All right, top reps on the week last week. Jumping into the numbers for that, we had a bunch of guys kill. I want to start with our top 3 reps. Preston, Braxton, and Parker, all in that top 3, all with 4 accounts closed. We had Paulo and Jacob Shreve and Payson, all with 3, and then a bunch of guys with 2s and even more with 1s. And so a big week, a lot of production all across the board, but wanted to give a shout out to those guys on the individual effort with closing deals. So
I also wanted to highlight our top lead rep last week.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Top lead rep is Logan Gardner. Gosh. Logan Gardner is freaking killing it. Congrats out there in the Bay, dude. Every day I watch, you're consistently posting appointments. Love to see it. Good work.
Yep. Nice work on the numbers last week. Let's go into a quick topic on training and leadership. I want to talk about energy and effort.
I love that. I love this topic.
I know. So you've talked about it on our leadership call this week. And it's 2 things that don't require any money, that really it's not even talent, right? It's just energy and effort.
The question that I posed to our leadership group was, think about this. If you want to know how you can improve as a leader, put your phone down and just think for a second and ask yourself these 2 questions. 1, what should I be doing different that's in my power to do different? And 2, what things do I need to do to go accomplish that? As a leader, that self-reflection process to go sit there and say, okay, what do I need to be doing actually? Do I have the ability to do that? And then go and lining out the schedule to go and make that happen. And then aligning your energies and your efforts in that. I think if everybody goes and takes that, that's how the organization gets to the next step, is when our leadership goes in and really focuses on what can they individually go do.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept to me because right now we're in an industry that's flooded with talent and driven individuals. So when you think about it in context, there's a lot of people that have all the ability in the world. And what really happens with most guys is they just go, right? It's just what's next, manage, lead, recruit. And they're just in this cycle of doing these things that are really key. And I'm not trying to take anything away from them to the growth, but how many people actually sit back and work on the business?
Yep.
And that's what makes you elite. That's what makes you the 1%, is your ability to go have that introspection where you're looking at it and saying, how do I go get my group to the next level? And in that hour or 2 hours a week that you really force yourself to go put in that energy and effort into working on the business is what allows that scale and growth, and for you to really strategically operate at a higher level than other groups within the industry.
I remember when I was first in this space, I wanted to be busy. Like I remember like, okay, I'm going to take this seriously. I really want to be busy. And I spent a lot of time working on the business because I didn't have a lot of daily problems coming at me. I didn't have a lot of things going on. But as my career evolved, I watched that happen to where like my days got more influx with problems and things to go do. And the time and energy that I needed to go take to work on the business went out. And so I think as that stuff starts to happen, you have to go create that time.
Yep. One of the things that'll help you lock that down too, that I've seen best in class people do, is go write it down. I mean, the studies are there. You can go see if you're trying to adopt something into a new habit or commit to something, whether it's working out in the gym or something else. If you go say you're going to do it, or if someone even pays you to go do it, your chances of doing it are about 30%. You go write it down into a thought out, executed plan of how you're actually going to go do that thing. Now you're over 90%.
That's crazy.
So as a leader, literally that time of working on the business, of putting that energy effort into not just chasing your tail around all the time, but actually executing at a high level, that is the difference maker. And so I love that that's the conversation. Energy and effort, go work smart and hard, right? Everyone here works hard. Like go add that smartness to it.
Go put your efforts into the right things.
Yeah, exactly. We're so grateful for the opportunity that we have right now within the solar space. Culturally, we continue to try and dial in the business and get the business to the next level, right? And for us, one of those things that we have very intentionally done is get away from the terminologies like setter to now it's a lead rep. I also hate the word manager. Like what, you're going to go work at Staples and have a boss that's going to manage you? Like, no, we don't have managers in this business. We have leaders that lead, right? And that's what matters. We're not setters, we're not managers, we're lead reps and we're leaders.
I love it.
And that's really the course and trajectory of this business, that as we're working on the business, we're saying that's what gets us to the next level, is you, and you being that leader that can go lead out in your organization. We're so grateful that you tuned in for another episode of The Perspective. Join us next week again. We love you guys so much. Thanks for being the best part of RDX.